First day, south wind. Looks like the front is going to come in slower than we thought. So what's probably going to happen is we're going to have very 12 to 25 degree shifts. Because you've got the sun, little sea breeze. What's that?
There's no pictures.
And these guys are lucky having that coach right there. Dane was the Olympic representative in Tokyo Olympics for 49ers. And he crewed for a guy that had only sailed skiffs for 3.5 years. And I think they had a couple top 10 finishes of the world, or at least close. Pretty amazing. So we got last day, really choppy because it's been blowing from the south for the last 5 hours. And a little lighter than we want, obviously. Crew stays very high. In unstable conditions, you go higher. As it gets more stable conditions, you go lower. But a lot of people are bending their knees in and out constantly, which you have to do in swells and chop, but if you're doing it too much, it means you're too low. And then this is one of the best crew right here. You just gotta watch this. This is like, if you're a 29er crew, you just watch this one, and you're gonna see an animal off of the smoke. And you see the mast doesn't move. So these two teams are first and second in the regatta right now by quite a bit. First day was 12 to 18, big waves. Yesterday was light. And today is light and should build a little. Maybe we get 11 knots, but I think my new forecast maybe 8 to 10, 7 to 10. Yeah, so you watch fore and aft movement, out movement, and the skipper barely moves. Skipper's 25%, 20% of the movement, and the crew is 80% of the movement. And the only time they're gaining height is any flat spots they get. Really good to speed test in that position against fast people. If you can hang in that, that's the key to winning regattas right there, hanging in the worst spots. That's the Billy Hardesty technique. Always practice 3 boat lengths apart and then cut that in half or cut it down to 2 boat lengths and see if you can still hang. Anywho, and these teams will be out of the boat, all of them but Anton will be out of the boat in the next 1.5 to 2 years. And so we got to get video of these, but this is master class crewing. This team had a 1-1-2-1 yesterday in these conditions. Swells. Wow. Wow, the 9 heists are going well. I think she's got to try not to ease the main and just have Sammy lean out when she feels like easing the main. I think the only time she should ease the main is when the boat feels a little bound up maybe, or you're going to hit some big waves right before, but I think you got to try to keep the main in and just have Sammy lean out a little. But we've tried that before and it didn't really work. Very good. Come out of the tack. You got to have the jib sheet in your hand. Skipper's got to. Getting ready for race 8 and race 1 on Sunday, and you see the pin end. Obviously I'm over, but today with the sun out, we can get a really good line sight. Maybe some low trees over there, or a red roof, or a single palm tree sitting out there or something. You know, you're looking on that shore over there. So having a line sight's really crucial. Okay, where's the pin? Okay, there's the pin. Well, the line sight is the guy calling the pin in. You see there's a person down there. Oh no, they're not anchored. Anyway, sometimes people anchor down there outside, and you can use them as your line sight. Yeah, and the I-420s are blocking the line sight anyway. back. Luckily the breeze is built just up to 8 knots. So upwind isn't as brutal. Way easier to keep the bow out of the water. I'm gonna guess they're gonna be trapping off of the bar. And I was wrong. So Noah's off the bar, but Alice isn't. So it's right in between. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I was wrong. It's definitely not off the bar. As we get to the end of regattas, I like to video the very best so that you can stop and start the video and just look at their body positions. The biggest difference between skiffs and most boats is it requires a much better fore and aft movement program, and that translates into other boats because we move fore and aft in other boats, just not to the extreme that we have to do it in these, because the stern is designed to sail in, I think, 9 or 10, 9 knots plus or 10 knots plus. The stern's not designed for light air. So you got to get the stern out of the water just the right amount at all moments. And dragging the stern is crazy slow. Pre-hoist on the spinnaker halyard. She'll probably dive way down, get the kite up, and then, okay, yeah, they're gonna, what they would do here is they'll jibe. They'll go for about, they'll go until the other boats just round the mark, and then they'll jibe back, right as the other boats come around the mark. And the 9 heists are doing good. Just keeping it close with the only boat that has a chance. I think if the 9 heists get a top 3 in the next race after this, then I think the regatta's over. I don't think they even have to sail the last race. Pretty easily. But good job by the Miami team. They are, they're not going out down without a fight. Yeah, so Sammy and Alice have such a big lead. If I was in a world championship or something, or Olympics, man, I'd be diving here, and I would just be going. I guess it doesn't matter because you have one boat following you, one going the other, but I would probably dive and just make sure that nothing crazy ever happened here. That's paranoia on my part because it's such a nice day, but if it was a dicey day, you'd want to be going the same direction as this boat. Anyhow. Just seen it many, many times where somebody thinks something's put in the bag and then something weird happens. See the kite foil racings in this regatta, Olympic development. So those are kids down there, man. Under 18s down there, kite foil racing. Look at the blue kite. He's going 28 knots right now. There's a 12-year-old over there. Yeah, totally foiling, kite foiling. 12. Okay, well, I just had a point to remember. A lot of confusion at the windward mark about what people do downwind. What you do is, a minute from the windward mark, you have to start thinking about which side's windier and what phase the wind is in. If starboard is lifted going into the windward mark, then you stay in phase by jibing. You do the opposite tack downwind. So if starboard is lifted as you're approaching the windward mark, you do port tack first, and vice versa. If port tack is lifted, you do starboard tack first. So a minute from the mark, you talk this. Then you also have to look for wind. Today, the wind is going to be the same strength on both sides within 1 or 2 knots. So the wind speed is not a huge factor on a south day right now at 7 to 9 knots. What matters is getting in phase with the wind shift right away. Second race on Sunday, again it's 4 to 8 knots, 5 to 8, maybe puffs to 9 at times. Less than a minute to go. Again, having a line sight's crucial, although this fleet is really close to the line. If you had general recalls, you definitely need a line sight, but they're easy line sights today. A tree over there, or a white house, or something. I look at the stern, straight line off the stern, it doesn't look like the pin is favored as much as before. Man, this Miami boat just kills starts, 2633. Just watch the start from race 1 today and you'll see it's like a videotape of the one before. And I think the 9 ices were in that exact same spot in race 1 today too. So boat 4 wins the Youth World Qualifier if they get anything in the top, I think 3 this race. I don't think they can lose it, and I don't think Sammy and Alice can lose it if they get anything in the top 5 or something. I don't have the math exactly, but that would be great for them to go to the Youth Worlds in the Netherlands in July. Both teams, the 2 teams that train together, with a 3rd team that trains together all the time. Too much twist, man. Keep the main, put the skipper on the rail and keep the main in. Look at the twist of the boat to leeward there. Way half as much. Yeah, look at the twist on this one, the second boat, the one in the middle. You gotta put the skipper on the rail and pull the main harder. This boat needs the skipper hiking, too much heel. Well, I didn't charge my phone, but let's just do one more video and this will be it. You can't see her legs, but you're gonna see forward and aft movement like the crew is just all over the place. And the skipper's barely moving. Yep, look at her, crouch forward. Anytime the boat gets flat, but the thing you're looking at is the stability in the mast. The mast is not rocking. Yeah, puff, she's all the way out, light spot, she bends forward before it gets flat. Overall, the boat has like 1 or 2 degrees of heel, no more. So remember that, the crew is moving fore and aft big time, and they're winning the race again. So it looks like it's going to be over after this race. They're going to be beautiful. Don't want to jinx them. Hope not. Anyway, good videos. Both teams, 1 race to go, have already qualified for Holland Youth World Championship in July.